Ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 p.m. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Eves.
Present.
Lilly.
Present.
Dunlap.
Present.
Blakey.
Present.
Clark.
Present.
Mayor.
Present. Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may stand now. If not, we will move on to our minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes dated July 12th, 2022?
No.
Eves.
Motion, hold on one second. Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Mayor.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, starting with Public Works.
The speed bumps will be put in within the next 10 days at the designated places, and a reminder that our parks do close at dusk. So keep in mind, all right? And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee Dunlap. Economic Development, Trustee Blakey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Economic Development, we are still waiting in terms of our Dunkin' Donuts. We have a Dunkin' Donuts that's coming in at Glenwood, Dyer Road, and Torrance on the north, northeast side of the street. We're still waiting on MWRD to release the permits for that particular development, and as soon as that is done, they can start with their groundbreaking. We want to thank all of the residents for your continued support of our local businesses and restaurants. The more we patronize our local businesses, the stronger we become as a community. That's all I have for economic development. Can I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I want to thank all of the businesses and the residents that assisted us and that supported Lynwood this past Saturday on July the 23rd. It was another huge success. In addition, I want to thank our own Joyce Hurley and Park and Ride for providing the entertainment for the evening, and then the shrimp and chicken food truck that serviced us again. They serviced us also for the Lynwood Parade, and then again for the Lynwood. So thank you, a big thank you to them. The Community Affairs Committee will once again host Kids Zone for Lynwood Fest. Lynwood Fest is going to happen on August the 13th. We are looking for volunteers. We will have a meeting next Wednesday in this meeting. The committee will have a meeting next Wednesday in this room to discuss and to coordinate volunteers for that particular day. We are currently identifying all of our subdivision liaisons for the different subdivisions that we have in the village of Lynwood. We only have 3 outstanding, and that is for Haven Estates, Oakwood Manor, and Sand Ridge Estates. All of the other ones have already been taken by volunteers and residents in the area. So if you're interested in being a liaison for Haven Estates, Oakwood Manor, or Sand Ridge Estates, please contact me after this meeting. Just want to highlight also, Mayor, the upcoming events. We have our White Sox game that is happening this Friday. If you're interested, you can purchase tickets online on our website. We will be traveling to the White Sox game and celebrating the game together this coming Friday. Six Flags is happening on Six Flags Youth Day is happening on August the 5th. And a number of our youth will be going there from the village of Lynwood. There's a Jazz on the Grass happening at Living Grace Church. Pastor Francis is with us this evening. That's happening on August the 6th. I believe it's going to start at 3 o'clock. It's going to start at 3 p.m. And so if you're able to, it's always a nice event for you to come out with your family and to enjoy the jazz that will be presented that evening. Lynwood Fest, as I mentioned, is happening on August the 13th. We'd like for everyone to participate in that, and then and that's it. That's it for my community affairs.
Thank you. Planning and Zoning, Trustee Lilly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. All I have for Planning and Zoning is the announcement that we have a meeting scheduled for Monday, August 1st at 6 p.m., I believe. I will follow up with all members of the board to ensure that that is the time. That's all I have for planning and zoning.
Thank you. Ordinances and resolutions?
Yes, ma'am. What I have for ordinances and resolutions, I'd like to make a motion to table appropriation ordinance number 22-26.
No.
We're not going to do
Public hearing.
Yeah, we're going to do it public hearing.
Yeah. Do we want to stop?
Do it before you do the ordinance.
Okay, got it. All right. I'm going to stop you right then and there. I'm sorry, guys. This has been a long day for me. We actually needed to start this with a public hearing for the appropriation. So we're going to press the rewind button before we go into approving these ordinances. Tonight also served as a public hearing for the appropriation ordinance. Attorney Boyle, would you like to provide some detail?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. The appropriation ordinance is something that municipalities are required to adopt by the end of the first quarter of their fiscal year, which would be the end of this month. The village's fiscal year begins on May 1st. And what the appropriation ordinance does is it appropriates and authorizes appropriates a sum of money and authorizes the expenditure of amounts up to those sums in order to defray the necessary expenses and liabilities of the village. Okay? The appropriation ordinance has been available for public inspection in Village Hall since July 3rd. In accordance with the statute. The statute also requires that before the Board of Trustees take final action on the appropriation ordinance, that there be this public hearing here tonight, which is an opportunity for those that would like to do so to make any kind of public comments they have about the ordinance or ask any questions that they may have about the ordinance. So now would be the time to do that, and then at the conclusion of that, you can close the public hearing and move on to take action on the approval of the ordinance.
Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that ordinance, that appropriations ordinance? What is it? Can you explain that?
Sure. Kimberly, do you want to?
The appropriation ordinance pretty much is the budget for the year. We have a listing of all our expenditures and what we detail per line item, and also line items for the revenue. This is a balanced budget. Our expenditures do not outpace our revenue, and we still have a surplus of over $100,000. If you'd like a copy, I have some here, and it will be posted to the website.
Are there any other questions? Okay.
So, Madam Mayor, we'll be seeking a motion on this.
I need you to close the public hearing
Yeah,
for me.
the-
Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Motion by Dunlap. Is it supported by Lilly? All right. Roll call, please.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries. Now you can proceed with your approval.
All right, so I am seeking a motion for the appropriation ordinance number 22-26, continued second reading action taken. An ordinance pursuant to section 2-748 of the Code of Ordinance of the Village, which requires that the Board of Trustees, within the first quarter of each fiscal year, pass an annual appropriation bill, appropriating the sum of money as may deem necessary to defray all necessary expenses and liabilities of the village.
There's a motion by Lilly. Is it supported?
Supported.
Supported by Dunlap. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
That motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm seeking a motion to table resolution number 22-27. We need a full reading of it.
Yes.
All right. This is a first read, no action taken. A resolution authorizing the renewal of a Class 8 certification for the property commonly known as 19825 South Stony Island Avenue, Lynwood, Illinois. PIN number 32-12-300-034.
There's a motion to table. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Just as a FYI, this is being tabled because there's some additional information that this group owes the village and they've not turned it in yet. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
That motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have two more items. The next one is a motion for resolution number 22-28, second read action taken. a resolution declaring as surplus the village-owned parcel of real property at 19801 Torrance Avenue, authorizing the sale of the property and directing that the appraisal of said property be made available for public inspection.
There is a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, thank you. This resolution is something that's required by the municipal code when a municipality wants to sell property that it has that it believes is no longer of sufficient use to the village and could be maybe a better benefit if it were purchased by a third party. Back in January, you'll recall you had taken similar action on a resolution for this parcel of property. The reason it is coming back before you for authorization this evening is that the point of this resolution would be to have the village enlist the services of a real estate broker to market the property for sale. When that happens, that is something that has to be included in the resolution. And when you first acted on it in January, you took a course of attempting to sell the property without the assistance of a broker, without success.
Roll call, please.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have one more item. I'd like to make a motion for resolution number 22-29. The second read action taken, a resolution declaring as surplus the village-owned parcel of real property at 19501 Torrance Avenue, authorizing the sale of the property and directing that the appraisal of said property be made available for public inspection.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Dunlap. Attorney Boyle, do you want to add anything else?
No, same rationale for the approval of this resolution as for Resolution 2228.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
This concludes my reports for ordinances and resolutions, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Health and Wellness, Trustee Clark.
Sure. So Health and Wellness month of July, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the COVID again. We're at medium miss. The numbers are going up. Omicron, the last variant, A, something, something, whatever, is wreaking havoc in that it's not always the typical signs and symptoms. Sometimes you don't even have a cough or a fever, and you may not even test positive, but it's sending a lot of people to the hospital. So people beware. As of July 25th, there were 22 new reported cases just here in Lynwood alone, and that's a 31% increase here in Lynwood for the month of July. So Lynwood, we do have 50% of our residents receiving both vaccines and maybe 69% receiving one. If you still need a vaccine, you can make an appointment at vaccines.cookcountyil.gov or by calling the Cook County Health COVID hotline at 833-308-1988 between the hours of 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Someone's getting another Amber Alert, huh? The FDA and the CDC recently approved the Moderna and Pfizer COVID vaccines for children as young as 6 months. I'm going to repeat this for a while until people are understanding that we have a new number, 988, for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and the Veterans Crisis Lifeline. It is now open and live. You can call that if you know someone that's having an emotional distress or having a crisis. Roe versus Wade. I'm just going to say, ladies, don't fret. You still have the right to choose. If you need an assistance or a provider for termination, it is not my idea, but I want people to know that you still have that chance because some people are in dire straits and need to know that that service, even though Roe versus Wade was overturned, it is still help for you. And you can call, if you need that service, call the Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services at 866-468-7543, option 4. Now, for this month, this is Hepatitis Awareness Month, National Therapeutic Recreation Massage Week, International Group B Beta Strep Awareness Month, National Fragile X Awareness Month, National Baked Beans Month, National Hot Dog and Ice Cream Month, National Blueberry Peach and Picnic Month, Culinary Arts and Grilling Month, Cell Phone Courtesy Month, Yeah, National Hemp Month, Watercolor Month, National Anti-Boredom Month. Some people are bored, huh? You guys over there. The month, this also holds the month of the Major All-Star League and Baseball Week. That's it for my report.
Thank you. Finance Trustee Eves.
Good evening, everyone. Motion to approve bill payment memo 1450, total cash disbursement of $417,424.13, which includes payroll for the period of June 26th through July 9th, 2022, in the amount of $132,337.92.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Eves, supported by Dunlap. Roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
I also would like to thank everyone who came out to Lynwood this weekend and supported the scholarship fund by purchasing raffle tickets for items that we had for sale. We were able to raise $540 that is put into the pot for our scholarship that will be awarded at Lynwood Fest on August 13th of this year.
That's great.
So far, we have 8 applicants that have applied for that scholarship money. And in our last effort to raise more money, we are hosting a community yard sale this Saturday at Liberty Park. You can rent space for $20. The $20 goes into the pot for the scholarship as well. And so if you want to come out and rent a space from us or support those that are coming out, would be appreciated. And that concludes, the time is from 10 to 3 p.m., 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Liberty Park at 3107 Glenwood Dyer Road. And that's this Saturday. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Public safety will be done by Trustee Lilly today.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to make a motion for the approval to promote the next 2 officers on the most recent sergeant exam list.
Supported.
It's a motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Roll call, please.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
This concludes the public safety report, Madam.
Thank you, Trustee. We'll move on to our department head reports, starting with Chief of Police Dan Dempsey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. In early July, the Lynwood Police received a complaint of heavy traffic at 20055 Crescent Avenue. Immediately, our tactical unit was assigned to watch the house. Undercover vehicles, along with our tactical unit and MART units, stopped every vehicle that left this address. After 2 days, it was determined that the 2 brothers that live in the home were selling cannabis in fake medical marijuana containers. A number of vehicles were stopped, and many possessed the same packaged marijuana. 4 vehicles were towed after leaving this house, and a total of 6 arrests were made, including the 2 brothers who live at the home. One brother was arrested twice. After being released from one arrest, he walked back to the front of the police station, threatened and challenged to fight the police. The police politely declined and introduced him back to the inside of the police department for some charges. On July 20th, 2022, the Lynwood Police were dispatched to 19600 Stony Island, Devon Self-Storage, reference a manager finding what he believed to be cannabis. The manager told officers that he had cut the lock off a storage unit for non-payment. The manager observed a number of duffel bags and plastic storage containers. The manager opened one duffel bag which contained a number of sealed packages with a strong smell of cannabis. When police arrived, they opened all duffel bags as well as the plastic storage containers, and each contained packaged cannabis. All bags and containers were brought back to the police station where they were inventoried. A total of 148 packages of cannabis were recovered with a total weight of 184.5 pounds, with an estimated street value of $1.2 million. A further investigation into the renters of this storage unit is being conducted. If anybody wants to see a picture, they're up there, or here's a picture of what we recovered.
What was the first address you called now?
On the first thing that I read?
Yeah.
20055 Crescent. The Lynwood Police are currently taking applications for the position of police officer. Applications will be picked up at the police station at no cost. All applications must be turned in by August 22nd, and a valid power card must accompany your application. On August 23rd and August 25th, Commander Hernandez will be conducting a traffic blitz, which will concentrate on speeders and stop sign violations in Lynwood. 8 officers will be assigned to stop traffic violations during this 5-hour period. Crime stats from July 12th to July 25th. There were 5 guns recovered. Our flock cameras read 948,280 license plates. We had 11 arrests, 72 building checks, 8 domestic disturbances, 83 citations were read, and there was 126 traffic stops. And just to let you know, a year ago at this exact same time, there was only 37 traffic stops. So they did 126 traffic stops in 2 weeks. So if anybody out there says that they don't see the police working, they are out there working. I mean, they are killing it out there. So just to let you know, that's a lot of traffic stops for 2 weeks. They're doing an excellent job. That is the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Assistant Chief of Police Robin Boldy.
Yes, Madam Mayor. Luna is officially a certified dual-purpose K-9 officer. She is certified for drug detection through the state of Illinois. Luna is also certified in apprehension, article searching, and tracking. She will be sworn in sometime in August. You'll be seeing her on the streets of Lynwood along with her handler, Officer Wayne Lindley. Stay tuned for information on our upcoming K-9 fundraiser. I'm proud to announce that the Illinois Department of Transportation has approved our police department for another traffic grant in the amount of $9,360. These grant funds will be used for highway safety purposes. We will be enforcing occupant protection, impaired driving countermeasures, state traffic safety information system improvements, distracted driving laws, as well as motorcyclist, bicycle, and pedestrian safety issues. This enforcement will begin in October. We're pretty excited about the grant funds, considering our PD has not been approved for any traffic grant money in over 20 years. Don't forget to visit our Village of Lynwood Police Department Facebook page as well as our Instagram page. That's my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Director of Community Policing Sergeant Weinberg.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We're going to be resuming our neighborhood block meetings beginning late August, early September. On July 12th and 15th, we as the police department conducted our active shooter training at Sandridge School. We used measures to provide the most realistic scenarios as possible using actual radio communications, live role player, and simulation training rounds. The Illinois Special Olympics Compound Top event will be August 19th. We will be accepting donations at the Dunkin' Donuts located at Torrance Avenue and South Trail. So please come by and see us. If you wish to donate, I am the village liaison for the Special Olympics, so please contact me. And then I'm very proud to announce that we will be having our first national night out, which illustrates police and community partnerships. This will be August 2nd, a week from today, from 5 to 8 p.m. at Liberty Memorial Park. We will have food, drinks, bounce house for kids, a raffle, and music. We will also be using this event as a free back-to-school supply giveaway. So if you or anyone else you know wishes to donate to this event, please let me know. Along with this, we also will be selling those shirts that I have up front to support our K-9 program. Those are K-9 Luna shirts, and I'll be parading that around later. That's the end of my report.
How much are the shirts?
$20.
Thank you. Fire Chief Newton.
Yes, Madam Mayor. So for the 2-week period between July 10th and July 23rd, we had a total of 54 calls. One of them was a vehicle fire. We have 42 medical calls. 4 calls that we went to the address and nothing was found or was unfounded. 2 motor vehicle accidents, 1 natural gas leak, 1 carbon monoxide call, 1 assist to a citizen, and 2 fire alarm calls. Just as a staffing update, right now we're at 16 members on the department, and 2 of those members will be starting the academy next month, at the end of the month. We are still recruiting. We have a number of applications that we're still being processed, but if you or you know somebody that's interested in starting a career in the fire service, we'll put you through the fire academy. We'll put you through EMT school, which is at least halfway through the battle to finding a career agency. You just need to make sure you can pass a medical screening, background screening, and agility test. If you've already taken the CPAT, you can forego the agility test. Also, like to remind everybody that we have our smoke detector program that we'll go in and inspect your smoke detectors. Generally, this is for older homes that are 30+ years of age. If it's warranted, we will go ahead and replace your smoke detectors with ones that have been granted to us by the state. And lastly, the Lynwood First Responders Association will be hosting a softball tournament on September 17th, which is a Saturday of this year, and the proceeds will be going to Mission 1. We'll be providing more information about that softball tournament in the next coming weeks. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. Our village engineer is not with us tonight, so we'll move on to Public Works, and I will just share two quick things regarding Public Works. The first being that there are 5 fountains in the village of Lynwood that have been out to service. 2 have been returned and installed in Haven Estates. The last 3 will be returned to the village on Friday and should be installed sometime next week. So if any of you live in those subdivisions and you're waiting for your fountain, they're coming. If any of you have damage to your curbs that you'd like for the village to take a look at, please send me an email. We're having Public Works go out next week, and they will be assessing, and we will begin to create a list for repairs that we are hoping to get started sometime in August. That concludes the Public Works update. We'll now move on to Finance. Kimberly Switterek.
Excuse me. So that, when you say the curb, does that count going up the driveway?
The curb on the street.
On the street?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Just an update, we have paid off more outstanding debt. We are now current with our dispatch service. We were well over a year and a half behind on their invoices. And again, we are now current with their invoices. And that completes my report.
Okay. Thank you. Building Department, Ms. Hurley.
Yes, Madam Mayor, the number of permits issued between the dates July 13th through July 26th, 29, with a permit total of $7,281. Valuation of said work, $438,240. Additionally, a permit has been issued to a company called Intren, who is a subcontractor for ComEd. They will be replacing, installing new and abandoning old underground residential distribution cables. This work is going to be performed near the streets Victoria Circle, Glarus Drive, and Zurich Drive. So if you see them out there doing work, they're going to be doing some boring. So if you see equipment and they're slightly blocking the street, that work is already permitted.
May I ask a question about that? Has that been verified with ComEd in their SIM system?
Yes, ma'am.
I checked, it was not.
Yes, ma'am. If you have any additional questions or concerns, you can call the village and ask for the building department at 708-758-6101. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hurley. Attorney Boyle.
No report.
Filling in for our clerk tonight, Erica.
Yes, Madam Mayor, just a reminder for everybody to purchase their vehicle stickers, the window stickers, once August 1st gets here, the price will go up. And that is the end of my report.
That just leaves me. So before I swear in these officers, I want to acknowledge one thing. I am not a big fan of social media. I am often disappointed by the fodder that is created on social media, and I'm rarely on there, but that does not stop residents from screenshotting and sending me messages. And so I was recently made aware of some fodder regarding my desire to close down our skating rink. If any of you are here and you are concerned, I have no plans to close down the skating rink. I have no idea how that rumor got started, but I did want to make sure that I acknowledge that to the residents. Pastor France, will you come forward and offer a prayer to these soon-to-be sergeants?
Absolutely. Let us bow our heads. Father God, in the name of the Lord Jesus, we honor you and bless you, praise you, for the privilege of being able to elevate those who give their lives, risk their lives on a daily basis to support the community residents here in Lynwood. They have families, oh God, they have children. And they need your comfort, they need your strength, they need your guidance on a daily basis. We thank you for the privilege of being able to lift up and honor their service by elevating them on this day. Father, we thank you that they have been worthy of this honor. We thank you for their continual service to these residents. We honor and praise you forevermore. In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. So this is a special treat for me in the absence of the clerk. I have the pleasure of swearing in these two officers, soon to be sergeants. So I will start with Detective David Ozist, who will be pinned by his son Brandon. Detective and Brandon, will you come forward, please? Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, David Ozist,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Sergeant for the Village of Lynwood
the duties of the office of Sergeant for the Village of Lynwood
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. All right. It's official.
Thank you.
Sergeant?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Sergeant, congratulations. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I am now going to ask Officer Christopher Sporowski to step forward. Tonight, he will be pinned by his father, George. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Christopher Spirowski,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Sergeant for the Village of Lynwood
the duties of the office of Sergeant for the Village of Lynwood
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
You need this, Dad.
Psych.
Sergeant, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sergeant, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Sergeant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right here.
Yes. Thank you, sir. It is official. For those of you that know me, I always look for a quote that is appropriate for the moment, and this is what I have for you two tonight. Booker T. Washington once said, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed." Your promotion to sergeant tonight is to be celebrated, but I don't want either of you to forget what it took to get you here. Let that be your motivation to go out and lead with humility, integrity, and a spirit of servanthood. I could not be more proud of the two of you right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, is there a motion for us to recess into executive session to discuss pending litigation?
Supported.
Is there a motion? Motion by Clark,
Supported.
supported by Dunlap. Roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lily.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes.
That motion carries. Ladies and gentlemen, we will excuse ourselves for executive session. You can stay in the room and love on these two new sergeants, and we will be back out briefly. There will be no more official business conducted after we come out of executive session, so if anyone has to leave, you will not be missing anything. But please don't miss the opportunity to give these guys a handshake or a hug.